Bruh, it's literally been forever and a day since I made y'all an update video for the Miata. I'm PJ Morrison, and here we have another video, actually the second video, and the best video if you ask me, because today we're gonna be starting the Miata up with the new turbo kit. Hopefully, that's if I connected everything right. I need to go ahead, put the fluids back in here. But before I go ahead with that, what I'm gonna do today, I need to tell y'all what I didn't show y'all on camera. What I ended up doing since the last time was, this is a new AC compressor because my last one was very faulty. I also, while I changed that out, I installed new belts on it. So she has a couple new belts for fashion and for, you know, wearability. Other than the new belts, I think I told y'all this, but I'm not sure. I rerouted the coolant. It used to go to here, which I created a fancy custom block off plate, as you can see. I don't know how good that looks, but it might look bad. But I rerouted that to the back because I've heard that whenever these cars are running boost, they tend to get more hot to the back cylinders, which is a pretty common thing for boosted cars. My Terminator was like that. But the kit I bought off of my buddy, he also included this, so I figured why not go ahead and install it. That was a pretty simple thing. I also deleted the EGR, which is why I have this sensor just chilling back here. And the EGR block off plate it's right here. So I had to put a block off plate on there whenever I deleted it. And I installed the turbo and the manifold are all over here chilling. I didn't put this bolt back in because it was a pain. I was like, I don't care about that. But I just need to figure out the vacuum lines. Because the vacuum to the wastegate on the factory Mazda Speed Miata is right here. I need to run that somewhere. I don't know where I'm gonna run it or tee it off to be honest with you. But I need to do that. I already previously ran the line from right here all the way to the ECU. I ran it, follow it, and went in through the firewall right here. So that's chilling inside the car. But one thing about that line that I do want to tell y'all is that it should be probably right here. But this is going to the brake booster. I don't know if I want to splice into that because I think this cable is for map, and your map signal you don't usually want to splice into stuff because that's leaving room for error, and that's not something you want to have error to. But you also don't want to have it right here. I don't know why, but anybody who has a NB Miata, please let me know how you ran that because I need to know that. And plus I'm looking at this because this is a factory map sensor. So why would I need another boost reference or a source for map on the ECU whenever it has a factory map sensor? But that's enough of that. I ran all my oil lines. My oil feed is connected down here with a little piece that you can see on like Flying Miata or something like that. It's fairly simple. And so I ran the feed from the turbo to that, and I had to tap into the oil pressure sensor, which you can also see that on Flying Miata. It's pretty simple, like I said, and I buttoned up all my coolant lines. The only other thing was over here, I had to make a custom coolant pipe. You probably can see the metal bent pipe, and that was going to the water pump inlet or outlet. I'm not sure which way it goes, but that's coming down here to the bottom of the radiator, which comes right here. I also drilled into my oil pan. That was fairly simple, but if you look and see, I have like gasket maker right here, and that's because I messed up the tapping of the hole. So I was like, let me throw some gasket maker on it, and hopefully it won't do any leaking or anything. But other than that, that's pretty much all I did to the Miata since y'all have not been looking at it. So with that update on the Miata, I think the last things I have to do is set up the ECU and splice into the intake air temp sensor, which would have been this line right here with the 2 wires. I think I'm gonna cut it like down here somewhere and then connect it to the intake air temp sensor, which was provided with what I have. This is a GM intake air temp sensor since y'all don't know, or I don't know if you know or not, I'm not gonna worry about the vacuum line to the blow-off valve right now. It's a lot that I'm gonna leave unbuttoned whenever I start it up, but that's just because I need to check for leaks with the fluid, make sure all of those fittings are good. But other than that, let me go ahead and splice into these wires so I can go ahead, mess with the Mega Squirt, and possibly start this thing. I'm not even gonna lie, I was just a little bit nervous whenever I was filling it up with oil and coolant, but so far so good, nothing went on the ground. But I'm about to pop the top so I can go ahead and get under this dash to set up this ECU. And that should be held on by a bracket with just 2 little bolts. So I'll let y'all know whenever I'm done with that. So it's officially the next day. I ended up not being able to finish last night just because, let me show y'all this. Kiera is actually the one that spotted it, so shout out to her. But I was having a leak like right here. Hold on. Right here. And I thought it was my little custom work that I did with this pipe. See, that's a pipe that's not supposed to be there. This was the water pump inlet. And I had to cut it and find another pipe because this wouldn't have fit with the Monster Speed Miata Turbo. So I had to do that. But it was actually not coming from there. It was coming from this pipe. And since it was coming from this pipe, I think that it's the O-ring that fits in here that's messed up, torn, dry rotted or something. And I messed it up by trying to put it on there. So that was leaking. But I'm not too worried about that right now because that isn't gonna affect me starting it, at least I don't think. If too much coolant comes out, then of course I'm gonna have to shut it off. But other than that, I'm gonna end up starting it like soon. And I've been out here for about 20 minutes now, trying to mess with Mega Squirt and whatnot on my laptop. That's why I got it hooked up to the ECU. And it's kind of nerve-wracking. I went from the stock like 2 something Miata red injectors, and I went with the yellow RX-8 420cc injectors. And so I had to change that on the tune that was already on there. So I don't know, like this is the most nerve-wracking thing that I've ever done to any of my cars. And I've dropped the whole front end and rear end in my Mustang. And neither one of those are near this because this is dealing with engine management. And I'm not trying to replace a motor, especially after I did it in my Genesis. But man, I think I just need to stop being a baby and start this thing up. I'm about to open a garage because I don't have an exhaust on the car. Cause the bolts I had, I don't know what I did with them and I don't even know if they still fit. And the ones I've tried don't even fit. So let me open this garage. It's open header and I'm gonna start it up. This is my first time doing this. You right. crunk up. Bruh, the fact that I crunked this thing up and didn't have any additional problems other than the leak that I do have to fix, and I think that's with an O-ring, like I said, but the fact that I crunk it up, bruh, like, that's a huge weight off my shoulders, and I'm so glad that I got that done, cause, bruh, dang, I'm so lost for words, bruh. I really did that. I mean, of course it's not finished. It still gotta be buttoned up, a lot of things like the exhaust, intercooler piping, updating the tune, because I don't know what's up with this tune. It's like, I don't know. Cause I had to change, like the dude before me, he had his engine size bigger, a little bit bigger, and his injectors were a little bit bigger. I don't even know how you get a Miata with an engine size bigger. Like, I mean, it's not for me to figure out. But either way it goes, this is where I'm gonna end today's video. If you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Leave some positive vibes in the comment section below and let me know if you have any tuning experience, beginner, intermediate, or advanced with Mega Squirt 2. And I will greatly appreciate that. But I'm about to go inside, get me something to eat. And as always, remember to do more, be more, believe more, and achieve more. And I thank y'all for watching.